What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Bibs and Bad Ideas. This is episode 3, and our last episode we had the running Chad telling us his amazing story, the legendary Wawa. Like, I literally went to the gas station and got something just because I was excited. Here we go, episode 3.
So our next guest is gonna hop on.
Boom.
Hi.
Welcome, Heather. All right, so I'm gonna introduce a little bit about Heather so you can know just a small bit of what we know about her. When people meet Heather, one of the first things they notice about her is how genuinely kind and grounded she is. She may seem quiet at first, but she does have another side to her, that's for sure. But she's just one of the sweetest people you'll come across. Over the last few years, Heather has intentionally grown into the person that she wants to be, pushing past limits that she probably never thought she would. That now is like the inspiration and personal evolution that we love to hear. Running is where Heather really started to shine. She is Heather Runs Texas on socials, and she's only started running a little bit, a few years ago. She's already accomplished many things that some runners don't even think that are possible for them. She ran an ultra in October, and she followed it up with a marathon in December. So she'll be telling us a lot more about that. Now, along with her running journey, she also owns her own resale clothing business. And if you're wondering what she fuels all of this running with, the answer is simple. It's burritos. So, Heather,
Well,
why don't you
hello,
tell us
and
a little
thank
bit
you
about
for
yourself?
having me. Well, my whole journey wasn't supposed to be a running journey. I worked in the service industry for 15 years, and then I got into a relationship that I never should have, and left a very abusive relationship. I was sober, and I was just determined to get healthy. I weighed 240 pounds, and I started walking. I never thought I was actually going to run anything, to be honest. I just wanted to lose weight. And I saw a friend post one day about how he was going to run a marathon. And I was like, oh, I wish I could do that one day. That's so cool. And he's like, well, why don't you go ahead and sign up? It'd be awesome. And I was like, I'm not even training for anything. Like, I can barely walk. It's hard. And he's like, you can do it. And I was like, okay, I'll do the 5K. And he's like, anybody can do a 5K, Heather, do the 10K. And that was February of 2023. So that was actually the first race that started me. So it hasn't been very long at all. And after that, like literally after that race, I told him, I said, I'm going to run a marathon. I was like, that's it. It was so, and I mean, I wasn't even good. Like it was so slow, mainly lots of walking, but it was what I needed. And so I tried to run a marathon, and I did slowly. It wasn't great. It was a horrible experience, actually. I didn't have TikTok yet. I didn't have friends that ran. And and then I did that.
That first marathon.
So that was
When was that
the
first
next, so
marathon?
February 2024. And the
1
exact
year
same,
after you
1 year
started.
later. And for reference, it took me 7 hours and 49 minutes to do. It was absolutely horrible.
Was it?
It was the same race.
Was it the same?
Yeah, it was
race
Cowtown in
that
Fort
you
Worth.
did the
Yeah.
10K?
So I did the 10K first,
Yeah,
and then the marathon second.
That's a good one.
7:49 to do. I walked the last 10K of that marathon because my blisters were so horrible on my feet. Again, I didn't know what I was doing. I wore cotton socks. I didn't know. I was just doing what I thought. I started posting on TikTok. I started a run streak. And I told myself at the beginning of this year, I was going to post every single day because I wanted to meet people like me that were like slower and different and not so competitive on like, oh, I have to be so fast to be great. I needed something closer to home so I could relate to. Run clubs weren't it for me, and people that ran fast weren't for me. So TikTok kind of really jump-started everything for me. It led me to the gang. And if I hadn't joined TikTok, I mean, I wouldn't have learned so many things. It taught me about marathons. It taught me about ultras. It's actually how I learned about Cocodona. I followed that in May before I met you guys, and I fell in love kind of. I followed Callie Vinson and Andy Glaze, and They were my first two people that I even learned about ultras. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know people did 100 miles, 50 miles, 250 miles. I literally had no idea. And I was like, I could do that. I love outside. I could totally do something like that one day, right? And then I went, I met you guys, and it's been uphill since then, you know?
So,
That's so awesome.
So you
Yeah.
mentioned you have a run streak.
I'm curious. I'm like, I know I'm probably jumping the gun on this, but you kind of touched on it. You've recently fell in
Yes.
love with trail running.
So, okay, to continue my story, I guess. So when I actually went to Ann Arbor, I actually talked to Madison about how I wanted to start trail running. I had never trail run in my life. I had been to trails, but I'd like walked them.
Ann Arbor was the like end of May, beginning of June in
Oh, yeah. So
2025 for anyone that
June
doesn't know already.
1st-ish is when I finally was like, okay, I want to learn how to trail run. That's the route that I think I might thrive in. And so when I got back from that trip, I bought some trail shoes and I started trail running. And I really, really loved it. And I told myself if by July 21st, my birthday, I could keep up with a training program for this ultra that I had in mind, that I would do it. And so I did it. I did it. You know, like I'm that stubborn person that I get something in my head and I'm like, I have to figure out how to make it happen. Like I have to do it. So, and now I have signed up for other races that I kind of don't want to do, kind of like my last marathon. I really just want to do ultra races, but you know, I'm going to keep trying to do both, but ultra I think is where the trails are where my heart is, really.
Well, I notice every time you go on a trail, it's kind of funny, something about you, is that you always find some weird artifact or some weird object on a trail. You know, the other day you found somebody's underwear, you thought they lost them. I think somebody.
Yeah,
left
I
them
think
there on
someone just
purpose.
tossed them. I think there was an accident in them.
Hopefully you didn't
Found,
investigate. So.
like hot dogs, right?
Yes,
Like
a package of hot dogs. I have found single hot dogs. What else have I found?
Was that real? I thought you were just messing with us, but you legit found that package of hot
I literally
dogs.
thought, so
Stuff all
that
the time.
package of hot dogs, it was like there, and then I guess you didn't see it, but like a few days later I went back and it looked like roadkill. Yeah.
The animals got to it or something.
Yeah, or the Texas heat got to it. I mean, so everybody, Heather runs in Texas, and I'm from Texas, so I'm no longer from Texas because it's hot. So the fact that she's got, I'll let her discuss her running streak, but she's got a long running streak, and she runs outside like 95% of the time, which makes it.
Yeah, so I'm on 374 today, day 374. So I finally hit over a year, and yeah, the summer was hard. It was really hard, but I didn't want to get a gym membership because I was training for the ultra, and I didn't want to run on a treadmill to have to go out and run in the terrain that I was going to need to be used to. So I suffered through all the heat, and I would wake up at 2:00 in the morning and start some of my runs on the road as much as I could before the sun came up, and then immediately come home, shower, change, and run to the trail or drive to the trails, and then start my next part of my run and try to get more mileage out there. And I'd be out there all day long, just trying to get like 20 miles out there. And it was hot. Just 20 miles, no big deal.
Just 20 miles.
But like August was, I mean, okay, again, like with things that I never thought I would do, in August, I ran 250 miles. And I mean, again, I just started running. Last year alone, I only ran 800 miles.
I ran 20 years and I've
800
never
miles.
run that much in a month. So
Yeah,
that's
800
insane.
miles is still a lot in a year.
Yeah,
I mean,
Heather says she's not competitive, like, or less competitive, but she might just talk about like her pace. She's definitely competitive with her own self on her miles and like and what she's gonna do next, you know. So competitive is definitely
Competitive with myself. Like I want to see myself do better. I like the numbers aspect of things for myself. Like my goal this year was 1,500 miles. I surpassed that already. Like
where are you at
no,
now?
I'm over
2,000?
1,800. But if I had paid better attention, I would have gotten over 2,000 real easy, because I'm only going to be maybe 100 short, but there's just no way I can log that much.
Just
Oh,
go work out with
yeah.
RJ.
I swear he like walks in his
Yeah, I
sleep.
like my sleep.
Like I've given up on challenge basically. Not really, but like I'm getting last. I've just accepted it.
Yeah, second to last seems pretty good for me. Me and Caleb are taking up the end there.
Like I've decided you guys voted me at some point anonymously that I was a captain, and you never said of what. So I'm gonna take one for the team and
Yeah,
be a captain and just take last place.
Thank
Like you're
you.
welcome.
you're a captain of our new marketing product.
I would like to turn in my resignation, sir.
Are you unwrapping presents?
Sorry, Heather. Yeah,
Yeah, you're about to see some. I'm about to find out what my brother's girlfriend's getting for Christmas. You keep talking.
maybe I've already contacted her and slipped one in. That would have been hysterical.
That yeah, I like open it up and it's that one with the QR code. That'd be my luck. That'd be legendary. I'd be impressed and scared and might have to block you, but love you.
That's okay. You can block me. I know where you're at.
You have my
Anyway,
homework.
so Heather, sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
So you were talking about your running streak.
Yeah. So I kept it going. And actually, I didn't even touch on this. So I attempted to redo my marathon because I finished it, but I never actually felt complete with it. So I attempted to redo it at the beginning of this year, and I actually DNF'd. And I had started my run streak like 50 days before that. And my goal with the run streak has always just been to keep myself disciplined, because I find myself actually pretty lazy. Like if I don't have a reason to do something, I just won't do it, and I procrastinate, and I'm like, oh, I'll do it later. It's fine. I'll catch up on it later. It's okay. But later always turns into, 3 days, a month, and I'm not willing to lose everything I've worked so hard for now. And then when I DNF'd, I was like, well, I can run still because, my legs don't hurt, my feet don't hurt. So I just kept my run streak going. And then I ran all through the summer, and I made it through my ultra, and I was able to, and making it through my ultra, I actually changed my run streak from 1 mile to a 5K a day. And then I was still able to.
So wait, let's
Yeah.
just reverse
Yeah.
here for a second.
You need to catch
So
what she just
at the
said.
beginning of this year,
Yeah.
you DNF'd a marathon. And then come October, you're in your run streak still, and you do a 50K ultra, just so everyone knows what that is. And then you just go, oh, I'm not going to even stop my run streak. I'm going to change it to more miles.
Yeah,
as
and I
a
actually
minimum
had
a
already
day.
changed it during my training because it was just easier to run a 5K doing so many miles than it was to just go and do one.
Yeah.
So after my 50K, which is 31 miles, I did a 5K the very next day.
Yeah. So you're on a 5K streak of like 140
Something like that.
days or 130 something days, somewhere around that range, which people that have been on a streak can understand that they look forward to those days where it's 1 mile where they're running like a 15-minute whatever pace just to get it done, and so they can go lay back down. So the fact that you're doing 3 miles on those days is in my opinion is brutal.
And still putting in like tons of mileage,
Oh yeah, no, for sure. No, I'm just saying because there's days like I'm on a streak too. So like for me, I might make it like 6 or 7 days, insane, hardcore, whatever. But then that next day, I'm like, I can't get out of bed, and I'm like, I'll just go and just get what I have to get done, and then kind of just fade away for the day. So the fact that you're doing a 5K is super impressive. That's what I'm trying to say. So.
No, it's awesome. It speaks volumes to who you are, and like I'm gonna dive into it because personally, when I started following your account, like everybody's got something, right? Some kind of sauce that they make it their own, or they impact somebody, or it hits a heartstring. But you embody the I want to better myself every day. Like it is a true soft motivation that hits people. I think in the way they want to find an account, but it's hard to find, and you're like, I like it, but I like it, but. And with me personally, I've never had a but with watching your account. Like it is truly in my Ironman training. There's been days like I wasn't gonna do it, and I watched one of your videos, and I was like, freaking Heather, I hate you right now. Let's go get on the bike. Like So I personally wanted to like say thank you for what you do because like you put out really good content and I know it hits a lot of other people's in that good way. And that's not something you like just learn. Like you have embodied that. That's something that's a characteristic that was God given and it's
Thank
admirable.
you.
So
That is so sweet.
kudos.
Yeah, at first, if y'all ever go back to my very first videos, I never even showed my face. I didn't even talk. I might have done like a voiceover. I was just really trying to get courage to post something. So I would just post like my run and maybe my stats. If you're lucky, that's what you got. Um, and then when I decided I was going to post every single day this year, I was like, maybe I can help somebody. It doesn't have to be about me anymore. Like I'm already doing this for me, but like again, I couldn't even find people that are like me. Kind of like what you said, because I wanted something like me, and I'm finding them more now. But when I first started, I was like, I don't see anybody that's just trying to get out there and do something hard that they've never done before. And I was like, I could be that person for somebody because I don't know if somebody needs that help like I did, that I didn't have, that there was nobody holding my hand, or I never have anybody come to my races, like everybody I know is virtual, and I won't say I never do. I do have some people, but like not regularly. Like I'm fine going to races by myself now because I've, done it, but I would love to let other people know that, do the hard things. They teach you a lot. They're really helpful for
Yeah.
so many other things than just, getting them completed. It's, your whole brain can shift, and that rewiring that you can get from that, man, it's great.
It is. I think that's where the true love of running comes in when you
Yeah.
like unlock that part of your brain and it like
So back to your running streak. I have a question. This is a question that I get asked. What are some of the biggest obstacles you had to get over, like injuries or sicknesses or death in your family, anything that you've had to basically overcome to keep your streak going? I'm just kind of curious what
I'm
kind of things
honestly
you've had
very
to
lucky. I
overcome.
don't have a very stressful life, and that's by choice. So I don't feel like I've had a ton of obstacles to overcome, which is also why I thought that I was going to have to quit my run streak after my last marathon, but I didn't because I felt so good. I've done it sick. I mean, I just kind of got over being sick, and those types of days when I need less, I literally do as slow as I possibly can without technically walking the whole thing. I mean, if I have to stop and walk, I will. But I mean, a 15-minute pace is still going forward for me. So I count that. But yeah, I haven't had super anything. I've been very blessed. No injuries. I mean, I've had, some pains like normal, like, a knee, like something here, but like
Yeah.
I don't know how to rehab myself, but I do what, I think I should do, and it works. And so I haven't had to worry about that yet. And I hope I don't.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that means two things. One, brave work. And two, that you listen to your body. Because like it's not possible to go that long without an injury. So that just means like you're listening to your body and doing what it needs, which is like
Cool.
do not change that ever.
Tell us about this clothing line. This is news to me. I don't know anything about
Okay.
this. So
I
I'm
don't
very
either. I'm
fascinated.
intrigued. Should I hide my wallet?
So
or
it's
should I
not a
break it
clothing
out?
line.
right?
I actually resell clothing that I thrift. That all started
Okay.
when I left my relationship that I had no money.
Wait, are you like buying clothes and wearing
No,
them
no,
and
no.
selling them like
Not
weird?
like that.
Like,
Is that a thing?
okay, good. Yeah, just
He's
making
like,
sure.
wait, can
No, I don't do that.
I?
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to talk about a little bit about the start of your journey a little bit. We like kind of like breezed through that, but you kind of were like starting with
Yeah,
ground
so
zero,
when
right?
I left my relationship, I had nothing. I had $5,000 to my name in my car and whatever was on my back. So my life has changed a lot in 3 years. And with that being said, like, I needed new clothes. And so I started thrifting because I wasn't about to go buy a bunch of new clothes when I knew that I was about to try to lose weight because I wasn't happy in that weight that I was. And to put reference, I was like a triple X, and that was so embarrassing. And I couldn't like go into stores. I was, pretty traumatized at that point in my life. And so thrifting actually became a part of my healing. And I would walk around and listen to podcasts, and I would just look for things. I didn't know what I was looking for. I was just looking for stuff for me. And I would try to just be around people again. And again, I come from the service industry. So I worked in bars for 15 years and I was used to being around people. So having to restart that was pretty hard. And slowly I started losing weight, and I was like, well, now I have all these clothes that I don't have anything to do with. And I somehow saw on TikTok that people resold clothes. So I got on eBay and I got on Poshmark and I started reselling my clothes. I mean, I didn't have anything great, so I wasn't selling them for much, but I realized that people actually did that. And I didn't want to go get a job where I had to sit in a cubicle and be miserable all day. I wanted to start enjoying my life and not making someone else rich. And so I started following what other people do, and I learned the brands and how to do it. And I was so bad at it at the beginning, not knowing anything, but just, trusting the process and knowing that I had to do something to get where I am now. And again, I'm not like making tons of money, but I really enjoy it. I still get to go thrifting all the time. And then I take pictures of it and I post it on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, wherever else I can find. And I turn, I'll tell you. And people buy them. And then every single morning I wake up and I pack all my packages up and I go to the post office, and that's my day. And that's why I have like all this free time to run and enjoy my life, because not having to go to a job where I'm miserable all day is way more worth being able to have all this free time I have. And I've literally never been happier in my life.
So awesome. Boss lady.
I love it.
So amazing.
Boss lady. Sounds like somebody else that I know that left the corporate world.
Well, actually, Heather
Where was she
is
at?
one of two people that was the biggest of my influence to do that. So she's the one that gave me her and Awkward Ashley gave me the urge to do that. So
Well, that's great. I mean, that's great that you inspire people. Even in ways that aren't running related,
right?
or
That has nothing to do with money.
has nothing to do with it. So that's
Just
really,
lets us get more running in.
Well,
but...
Danyelle knows. Danyelle knows I'll be the first person to be like, you hate your job? Then why are you still doing that? Like, go find another job that you can get paid the same thing that you might like. Mm-hmm. I think that life is just too short, and I refuse to be miserable. I don't care that I made a ton of money in the industry. I'm never going back. And I'm sober now, so there's no reason for me to ever go back to the industry and get into that toxic environment again.
And like, once you started like letting go of certain things in your life, you're like, I don't even need those things. Like when you trying to make, if you're making less, you're trying to, have less expenses. And then all of a sudden you start getting rid of those and you're like, And then Heather, is that a great example for that too, I think.
Yeah.
So.
February of 2021, so almost 5 years. Yeah.
Wow. So our first two guests have both went down the sober path. That's so amazing.
I love that.
And of course, when we had Chad on, he went through a wonderful story about telling us everything. And then me and Daniel are talking about how we were at the Glizzy 5K getting drunk. And I was like, we're such idiots. I'm like, after
you brought it up immediately. I was like,
I can't believe we just did that. And I'm like, and poor Caleb was just making that same face he made then. He was just like,
alcohol does not bother me at all. I just know my limits, and I don't have them, and I like who I am now without it. So I don't feel like I need it. It won't contribute anything positive to my life. So I've refused to go back to it. So you're fine. It doesn't bother me.
I was just making sure,
It's in our name, Bad Ideas.
That's what I was about to say. Like, it's not like you come on this and think that good ideas are coming from. So your favorite race tip? Yeah.
Well,
you don't have to have it. Just talk about it, think about it.
I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this
favorite
one.
bib or race tip.
We haven't yet.
Okay,
So
perfect.
it's
She's
literally, well,
got
because it's
it.
still sitting there because I just did this. I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite, but I'm really, really proud
Yes.
of this one. So I just did the Dallas BMW, and I had just come off being sick. It was cold, so cold. And my goal was sub 5 before I got sick, and I still did 5:23. And I threw up. Like, I felt awful during that whole race. Mile 18.
Mile 18.
So you threw up. That's like Danyelle's every race. That's how you
No,
know she's gonna
after.
PR. If
On
she
after.
PRs, she's throwing up.
Yeah.
So.
At the end of it. Just don't come near me for a few seconds. No congratulation hugs.
So that was your favorite race, and it's because you basically you were sick. You overcame, like, you weren't even probably. I remember leading up to it, you were like, I don't even really want to do it.
Yeah.
And everybody in the group was like,
Yeah.
you need to do it. You got it. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then you just killed it.
You were over it.
Oh,
and
I
then
mean,
just
up
smashed
until
it
the
anyway.
second of, I was like, I can still walk away. I don't have to do this. It was only like $100. Like, it's not a big deal. And then I did it. And let's be honest, my favorite race was my ultra. It was the hardest thing I've literally ever done. And it was in the heat.
Why don't you talk about your ultra a little bit?
It was
What
called the
name of
Mammoth
that one?
50K, and it was in Glen Rose, Texas. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into at all. So again, I did this training. I did it all through the summer. To the best of my ability, I asked as many people as I possibly could about ultra training, because I refuse to pay for any type of training that's not going to actually be like catered to me. And I don't feel like any training that's online is catered to anybody, even if you pay for, somebody that's going to require like $200 a month. So I did a lot of research, and I talked to a lot of people about how and what I should do. Many people reached out to me, and it was like super awesome. And I actually got a hotel, stayed very close because it was an hour and a half from where I live. And I got there and I was like, now what? It was pitch black outside. I was like, where do I go? Who do I talk to? I actually met a girl on TikTok that lives fairly close to me, and she met me out there, and she was my tent person, and she held everything down for me, and she waited the 9 hours it took me to complete that thing, and then the 2 hours that I wanted to sit around afterwards, because I was just like so adrenaline shocked that I did that, because my goal was 10. I was like, there's no way I can do this under 10. It was hard.
And didn't you go out there for the weekend before to like check it out, and you were like, oh, and you kind of
so
were
2
like,
weeks
wait
before
a
that,
second.
I went out there and I was like, I kind of need to see where this is at, and I want to see what the terrain is like. It was not what I was training on. Like, I was trying to train on hills, but I mean, I'm in Texas. Like, I don't have a whole lot of hills where I live to go train on. And I got there and the hills were hilling. Let's just say that. It was intense.
We got a picture in our text group of like a hill that was just like straight up with like rocks like actively falling down.
Yeah, and that's how they were. You couldn't see the top. And like, if you didn't keep moving, you were going to slide down because it didn't matter like what you had. I mean, luckily, okay, the trail I had, it was 3 loops. So I only had to do the hills 3 times. But it was intense. But each loop I would stop at my little tent and I'd grab some more stuff and I'd refuel. And I mean, I don't think I took more than 5 minutes, if 5 minutes the whole time. I'd re-lube up and I was like, gotta go. I don't have time to relax, because if I get too comfortable, I'm not going to want to keep going. And
that is the key to ultra running, what you just said. Like, I have this amount of time and I am getting up and I am moving no matter what, because you will get couch lock and you aren't going anywhere when that hits.
But it was great. I cannot wait to do another one. I don't have one completely in mind yet, but I know that I really want to do 50 miles next, because hear me out. I want to do 100. I know that I can get to 100. I'm 38. I'm thinking when I'm
can.
40, because that'll give me enough time to lock down some 50Ks, some 50s.
There's a 50-mile race in March.
I know, but
And a
okay, so I'm
50K.
going to conquer the Cowtown on March
So
1st.
you have a week. That's fine.
You don't know how hard it's
I'm
been
just
for me to
playing.
think about that and actually debate if I should do that or not. Yeah, the
I
bad
love
decisions
that so
part,
much.
right?
He said,
So we heard about your awesome race. What about a bad idea? Like a race you've done that you're just like, oh yeah, I learned that lesson the hard way, or just first thing that comes to mind. It could be anything.
and it doesn't have to be necessarily a race. It could be training. It could be, you ate
Jumping off
too
a
many
roof.
burritos. You ate a burrito you shouldn't
No,
have
I love
eaten.
burritos.
Anything,
I actually have no problem with burritos. I know that lots of people have digestion problems. I don't. I can eat anything. I haven't run a lot of races is the thing.
No, but doesn't even have to be a race. It could just be like, oh, whoops, I ended up,
Yeah, it could just
behind
be a
the
random
grocery
run during your
store.
run streak. Like,
Any type of bad idea you did running.
Well, I'm
or
gonna run with you if you got no bad ideas, because I told my daughter, I told her, she obviously knows what the name of the podcast is, and she wrote me. Let me see if I can find it. She wrote me
that's
on
good.
my
We need that
coffee
zoomed
pot in the morning. She gave me a list of all of my bad ideas. Well, some of my bad ideas. But so I need to run with you because you apparently, have all.
Okay, I do have a future possible bad idea. So
Oh.
I know. Okay,
Okay.
so
Interesting.
the problem with wanting to run ultras is that I'm finding that lots of them are in October. Can I run an ultra every weekend in October and be okay?
That would be a bad
That's
idea.
the bad idea that I'm having right now.
I don't.
How about you? Yeah, that would probably be a bad idea.
How do I know?
But Caleb would
lots of
join in
moto.
that.
You don't know
Strict
until
training.
you know.
Yeah, you won't know until the second weekend. I think you would know really quick that second weekend.
That second weekend's gonna be a tell-all.
Yeah. So I say go for it.
Yeah, I hope. Make sure
Yeah,
you
we're all going
record
to say go
post.
for it, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And I'll join you at one of them.
At one, not all.
I
of
know
them,
for
at
sure
one.
at least
one.
two for sure I could do if I took a week in between. But there's like 4 that I want to do that month, and I don't know if I'm willing to. Yeah, I don't.
wanna
And that's
wait
the
another
problem
year?
because remember I'm in Texas and I don't
know.
want to do an ultra in 100-degree weather and even.
Yeah, October is the
Yeah.
month to do it.
And it was
if you're
still
gonna do an
hot.
ultra.
I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
it was 80 something, felt like 92 during my ultra, but that's still better than 100 something, feeling like 120.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's all I got. I don't have any more bad ideas yet. I have a whole year to make bad ideas, y'all.
Yeah. Okay, we're not gonna dive into this, but like I have to know the answer to this question. Have you like been the one runner that's never had a code brown? You can
Like-
just say yes or no. Like
Had a code
we don't gotta dive
brown.
into it. I'm just like, you got
Danielle
some
knows
good
about
luck there.
this.
I was going to say, I won't chime in, but.
Danielle gets all my voice messages of when I'm having to waddle home mid-run because I'm like in tears, like, I'm not gonna make it. I make it most of the time.
Oh.
She always makes it. But yeah, don't
I'm
worry,
normal.
she's a normal one.
All right. Sorry, I had to ask. I was just like,
So-
Yeah,
Wait,
because
wait,
you
wait,
earlier
hold
you
on.
were like, oh, I can eat anything. So
Let's put it this
Caleb's
way.
like, wait
The
a
key
second.
was in my
So,
door
wait.
and I was about to walk in. That's all I got.
You were about to. Okay. See, this is exactly why I run on treadmills, because I've never had code brown. Because I'm always like, I can get to the bathroom.
You've
Right
never
there.
had one?
I've never had one.
I thought that's why you had so many different girlfriends. Like you made one of them mad.
There's the one on the end is Jeff.
Boyfriends.
His name is Jeff.
I didn't know
I don't
about
use
this.
him.
Oh.
I don't use him very often. Every now and then I get a little, a little crazy, but I rarely use Jeff.
So just to segue a slight bit, I think that Caleb had something interesting this last week. I don't know if you want to give our viewers a little info.
Yeah, and we actually have recorded the video and it's coming out live, so we can make the announcement.
Oh,
Me and my cousin Garrett he's got an awesome journey. If you don't follow him, definitely do that at Wade's World. But he's just did his first half marathon. That's a whole story in itself. Look that up. Her race got canceled because of a death in the family, and he did this awesome tribute. But suicide runs really big in our family, unfortunately. I don't say not really big. We've had a few instances that go back, so it's close to our heart. And we were talking about majors one day. So the big news is me and Garrett are running Chicago Marathon this year, and we're running on. Really should know the team name, but I don't. But it's the Suicide Prevention Foundation. So it's all official. We've signed the documents. We're official team members, and we are so pumped.
So you're obviously like raising money.
We are. I think both of us have to raise 2,300
5,000.
bucks.
Oh, that's
So
not too bad.
so it's not bad. So if
I assume at
anybody's
some point you'll
not
share.
asking for donations here, but if you feel led and
Yeah.
that means something to you, like $1, $5, that goes a long way. So if not after I
Or,
write a
or
check,
$2,300.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
that's
definitely
awesome.
link that stuff below. Obviously, Chicago is amazing. Definitely one of those ones on my list for sure.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's trying to talk me into doing the same thing for New York the following year, and I'm like, dude, we gotta do this one first. Like, I already,
Right.
well, I would love to do that.
You've got so much going on. I didn't even know that was public news yet. I was actually referencing your
Something else.
outpaced
oh yeah,
Ironman video.
yeah,
You
that
had
too.
so much. I
Sorry,
didn't know
wrong.
that was like public knowledge yet,
And next you're gonna
which
be
is
like, and tell us
perfect.
about the other thing, and he's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm about to have a kid.
No, don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. I got a dog right now, and I like to do Ironman. That will stop that. So, yeah, my whole Ironman journey with Maryland had my cousin Garrett, same guy with Chicago, follow me around, document the whole thing, and the journey between Chattanooga to Maryland, and just the whole mindset and how I'll just pull back the curtain and show you the real Caleb and the real thoughts and kind of what I took and what I want to mirror to the world. So definitely
Yeah.
check that out. It's Iron Bay
It's
on
it's
YouTube.
raw and it's really cool.
It's
Shows
under
like
Outpace Printing's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll tag it, and I think it shows like a lot of stuff that like maybe people who aren't in Ironmans like me, for instance, like don't know, that goes into it for sure.
Whenever you did the Iron Man, I remember because we were following each other probably just a little bit before that, and I knew that the swim got canceled, and I was like, I wanted to reach out to you because I knew it was going to be bothering you.
Yeah.
And then watching the video and you saying basically you swam 470 laps in the pool. I mean, I was just like, that's exactly what I would have done.
Yeah.
I would have swam it in the bathtub. I would have done whatever I had to do, just because you put all that work in, and it's just
It
it
is.
was a nice video that you guys put together. So
I really appreciate it. And that's even like that moment. That's why I even took that moment to share about you for a second, Heather. It's like that when you get broken to a point like that and you can turn that into something good, like it's just like you have to do it for you. Like it
Thanks,
didn't
Fred.
matter at that point.
so let's go back to your burritos. What type of
Okay, so I
burritos
make
do
them
you make?
myself.
Now it's even worse. I don't know what the hell's going on with you, man. All right, I'm gonna be like
He's
Caleb.
going closer to the router, I think.
Hi guys, welcome to my staircase.
So I make my own
Anyway, so you make
burritos.
your own
I
burritos.
mash the beans with bacon grease, and I mix rice and cheese in them, and then I just fold them into a really large tortilla and cut them in half, and that's it.
So is this what you use for like training fuel?
I don't
Just
eat
what you
burritos every day. Actually,
I mean, when I was in Texas, we ate freaking breakfast tacos every day. I mean, there was breakfast tacos
Yeah.
everywhere you went. There was breakfast tacos. So that was like a shock to me. It was like when I did move there, and then it was a shock when I left. I was like, damn it, we're on the
breakfast
breakfast
tacos are really good. I had one this morning. I was looking because, okay, so they like tell you that you got to eat gels whenever you train for road races and stuff like that. And it's not that I have digestive issues. I just honestly don't like them. Like they just don't, I don't know, they don't do it for me. I also have a caffeine sensitivity, and most of them have a lot of caffeine in them. I don't need caffeine to get my day going. I just start going. So I was looking for alternatives, things that people ate that were different, and road runners don't really veer differently, but ultra runners, they'll eat anything. And I saw somebody eating burritos one time, and I was like, that's a lot of carbs. Like I could do that. And I did pierogies. Those are also something I really like. Peanut butter on a tortilla. Y'all talk about maple syrup. I like maple syrup too. That works. Gosh, what did I have this week? Oh, tamales. So I started bringing tamales. I want to eat food that tastes good and makes me happy also. And the only problem I have with it is having to carry it all.
Well, you're out there a long time, so just be doing gels is like just gross. Like I think I agree.
Do you like
cold tamales? Cold tamales might be kind of gross too, but
oh yeah, totally.
Probably better than a gel.
It's like a bean gel.
And nothing's that cold in Texas, right?
This is true. Well, I mean, it's probably cold there now though. It's either cold or hot. There's nothing in between. You have like 4 days of like fall. I mean, it was
77 today, just so you know. It was warm.
Yeah. Okay.
It's also extremely windy there. I want to point that out too, because like anybody that runs knows wind is like not your friend most of the time.
It's never going the way you want it to go.
So tell us, all right. So from your perspective of Ann Arbor, because all of us went to Ann Arbor, a bunch of us went to Ann Arbor, and we all kind of like came differently.
I wasn't following really any of you. Madison was following me, and that's how I even learned about what was going on. And he invited me, and he said, hey, we have a whole group of people that are meeting. You have to come. That was 2 weeks before Ann Arbor. I booked my ticket the next day. I don't know y'all. I wasn't following you guys. And I literally was like,
I think I was following you then, though. I think I was following
but
you.
I didn't know that. I didn't know if you guys knew each other. I didn't know you guys were talking every day. I didn't know anything. I was just like, well, I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen? I'll rent my own car. I'll get a flight. If I hate these people, well, I'll just say deuces and come back home. Like, no big deal.
I think the worst thing that would happen is one of us would be a serial killer, and all of us would be dead. That would be the worst thing. And
well, that luckily didn't happen so far.
Yeah, it didn't. Well, it hadn't
long
happened
game.
Yet.
I don't know.
You never know.
It hadn't happened yet.
So I booked my flight, my hotel, my car 2 weeks before, and I flew up there.
I think we met in the Walmart.
So you guys had already gone to eat, and you guys were at Walmart waiting on me, and I drove straight to the Walmart, and I was like, hi, I'm here.
And then I think Madison jumped in your car, and we all drove off in like 2 cars towards the hotel area.
Yeah, and then when I met you guys, like we came in, like pickup was like at noon, and we showed up at like 11:30, like driving 15 hours. And we met you guys
we were at Goodwill. It was so insane. Yeah, especially because we all PR'd. Who even knew?
Yeah, in different race distances, different times, like nowhere any near each other, like all the spectrum.
What's funny is like I was talking to RJ and Drea and Robin, and we were all talking about, oh, we're gonna do this and this and this and this. Like they're saying all the stuff that they want to do, go sightseeing and all. And I'm like, y'all ain't doing shit. Excuse my language. Y'all ain't doing nothing, because I guarantee you guys, when you get there, it is one thing after another. Before you know it, so much time is gone, and you're just like, we don't have time for anything really, because we were like there for like 36 hours is all that I was there for. Like, and then driving back.
All of a sudden, it was like race day. Caleb came even later than you, I think.
Yeah, I was there, like, I think turnaround time, I think I was there like 26 hours total. Like,
and
it's insane.
And flew there to Utah. Like,
yeah, that, and you went and visited some other Run Talk people. You saw Kat and a couple other people, I think, right?
You're just a traveler. Speaking of your trip that you just went on, where you basically were gone for like 2 weeks, and you visited every day. You were visiting somebody different, and it was like you kept us in
Yeah.
suspense because we didn't know who it was. I kind of had an idea because I knew you were like in Georgia. I was like, "There's only so many people that live there. I knew it's got to be somebody." But why don't you give us a little bit of information on how you came up with that?
One is because
Yeah. What is the next
So
one?
I became friends with Awkward Ashley, that's also on TikTok, and her and I have been talking every day for months now. And she was like, "Hey, I know this is crazy, and I know this is crazy, but I have a week off, and I think that you should come visit me." And I was like, "Really? Okay." I mean, literally, I didn't even think twice about it. I was just like, "Yeah, you're right. I should come to Tennessee and visit you." And we didn't really finalize plans till like the week before. And I literally packed up the back of my car and I was like, "All right, I'll see you later." And I drove the 14, 15 hours to Tennessee, and I stayed with her for a week. And it was the best trip. She took me all over the Smoky Mountains, all over the area where she lives. And it is absolutely beautiful there. I have been to Tennessee before, but like Nashville and Memphis, and never like up into the mountains there. And because we don't have mountains here in Texas, like it is so remarkable to be able to see something like that. And then to be able to get up into them also is just, it's just so much fun. Her and I also went to North Carolina one of the days, and we did some running out there. She joined me every single day for my 5K run streak, and she's on a run streak, but she's only doing 1 mile, and she still did the 5K with me every day. And then after that, I drove down to Georgia, and I saw Madison, and then I stayed with Jeff and Amy. So I was there with them for, I don't remember, 3 or 4 days. And during that time, I met Megan. So Megan's down there also in Columbus. And then it was time to come home. And on my way home, I stopped in Arkansas and I met Sarah. And it was a very short trip with Sarah. Like I went and we were there. I was maybe with her for like 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. We ran. And then I drove back to Texas, and I was home. It was 11 days. It was great. Yeah.
It's amazing.
so awesome.
And then you and Ashley, didn't you guys do like some epic hike
Yeah,
in
so
the mountains there?
I can't remember. We did like over 10 miles in the mountains. And if you know anything, when you're getting in that type of elevation, like it takes you forever. So I want to say it took us like 5 hours or something like that. And we were slipping and sliding because all the leaves had just fallen. It had just finished snowing, and the snow was like melting. But it was, I mean, it was pretty. It was so much fun. And I don't know, those memories are great. Like I am so glad that I went and did something that I didn't even know I could do. I mean, I used to be scared to do so many things. I've never traveled by myself really, and done crazy things like that. So now when people are like, "Hey, come see me," I'm like, "Sure, when?" When can I come?
So do you have family in Texas?
Yeah, I
Is
have
that
my
what's
mom in
keeping you
Texas, so
Texas, or-
that's why I stay here. But I mean,
You like it, right? You know.
yeah, I do like Texas, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of the country that I still want to see, and a lot of people I want to meet. So I'm not necessarily completely grounded here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Part 2.
Next
Road
road
trip
trip
part 2.
is next month.
Oh, wow.
It'll be a short one. It won't be as long. And my goal for this next year is every few months road trip. So I actually have a couple more that I've already started planning. So
Heck yeah.
I
Yay!
know.
Sounds exciting.
You should go up to Philly. They have a lot of races. Philly's a great
I think
place. I
it
like
is
Philly.
on my list.
It's a great place to run. It's a great place to run. So
It is.
yeah.
I'm very prone to it. All right. Well, Keith, do you want to close us out for
Sure.
episode 3?
So Heather, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. And basically wasting an hour of your life talking to us. I know that we probably killed a couple of your brain cells, and we're sorry. But we thoroughly enjoyed your company, and we can't thank you enough for joining us and sharing all your experiences and everything that you do. So with that, I'd like to say Bibs and Bad Ideas is out.
Thanks.
Bye,
Bye.
Heather. Bye, guys.
See ya.